Welcome to Terrace Neighbors, the Terrace House podcast. I'm Taylor.
And I'm Courtney.
It's August. How'd that happen?
Well, that means summer's almost over, and we're going to be in fall, and it won't be so hot anymore, so that's good.
Yep, that's good.
All the pumpkin spice stuff is going to come out.
We started recording this podcast in May? April. We recorded the first episode in April.
Oh, okay.
And then we posted in May, and now it's August.
Oh.
Time is passing.
It's going by so fast.
Going by so fast.
Although it still feels like, sure, we post every 2 weeks, but it still seems like we've done a lot of episodes.
A lot of episodes.
But also not at the same time. It's really weird. I don't know.
I don't know what's happening. I start back to school in 3 weeks.
I'm so excited for the children to go back to school because now the pool by my house, it'll be extra empty. I like to go in the morning around 10 or something because it's 80 degrees out at 10 in the morning here.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Ooh.
But so it feels real good to be in the pool so early in the morning. And then by noon, 1 o'clock, that's when all the little kitties show up. So I leave.
Mm-hmm.
I've already been at the pool for 3 hours and gotten a tan.
Oh my God, you are going to be a prune when you're old.
I don't know. The rain that keeps happening here might stop me. So
it's the heavens trying to protect you from
Courtney, stop.
For a future skin condition.
You're gonna get skin cancer. Stop. I guess I'll have to accept the wills of the heavens, I suppose.
It's like my friend who lives outside of LA was gonna go to Anime Expo when it was 115, I think it was.
Jesus Christ.
The weekend of Anime Expo, and he was gonna go, but then his car broke down, and I was like, it's your car saving you.
Yeah.
It heard the forecast, and it protected you the only way it knows how.
That's true love.
It's true love. Okay, we talked for 3 minutes, so we fulfilled our quota.
Yes.
So today we're talking about episode 7. What's it called, Courtney?
Showing his true colors.
I wonder what that could mean.
And by his, they mean Makoto's. Ooh.
Yes, because as we established last time, we've seen all the others' colors already.
Pretty much. So,
to recap the recap, which I think is just now a segment. I think recapping the recap is just what we call this. Actually, before we recap the recap, Azusa is wearing an alphabet soup shirt, and I like it a lot.
Oh, okay. I was going to mention that, too. And I also like she seems like she coordinates her tights with her outfit as well.
She's very stylish.
So, yeah, I really like it.
I like what she wears.
And also the necklace, the red and blue square one. I think she's worn it before. So, it's just those little things. I'm paying attention to her and what she's wearing.
She's doing a good job. It's not easy.
She is.
Not easy when you're plus-sized, especially when you're in plus-size in Japan, but she pulls it off.
No, she does a good job. I appreciate her and what she does.
We see ya, Azusa, and we appreciate you.
Mm-hmm.
So recapping the recap.
Basically, they just went over the whole, the end of that episode. Well, a little bit on the dates, but then recapping, Makoto being a tattletale and telling Yuriko about, oh, Uchi didn't, he had to, what do you want to call it? Be more careful, or he was more tense on the date compared to Mizuki, but that wasn't something for him to tell. I don't know why you even think I'm gonna tell her about that. So then they all now think that Makoto's a little bit more scheming and isn't as I don't know if you want to call it dumb or simple as he portrays to be.
Well, they call, I kind of like this little part, is that they call the the Yuriko crying thing, they call it the line incident, the line jiken.
Oh,
which I guess. So Line is this Japanese messaging app that has sort of replaced texting in Japan. People don't necessarily text with
you get stickers and all sorts of cute stuff you can add to it.
You can do it on Wi-Fi or data, and it's really easy. It's really you can customize your background, you can do group chats, and it's all really easy, and you get really great stickers, and oftentimes they're free ones that you can get by adding corporations to your friends list, and then you can get pictures of people with cars for hats.
Oh, also, I think with Line, its popularity with all the stickers and fun stuff, I think that's kind of why with Apple, with the text messaging, you can add stickers and other weird little things. But
for a company that I feel has woefully misunderstood what emoji are supposed to be, because Apple emoji are so ugly.
Yeah.
They're so weird. If you see a Samsung emoji, they're so cute because it's a Korean company. They get it. They know what it's supposed to be like. But Apple just missed the mark, and yet I think they've recognized, and now they have like the stickers and the special emoji.
Yeah, the stickers are a little bit cuter.
Do you remember that Pocky sticker set online? It was for Pocky Day.
Yeah.
And they had like the schoolboy with the big afro, and he was eating, like doing like Lady and the Tramp style Pocky with like a giraffe.
I don't remember the giraffe, no.
The giraffe was in a schoolgirl uniform.
Oh, goodness.
But yeah, you get these stickers, and like sometimes they're really bizarre, but then they'll have like phrases that you would use in conversation, like good morning, or got it, or like yep, or I'm sleepy, and then you can use those stickers instead of actually typing it.
I mean, you could have a whole conversation just using stickers, I suppose.
As we did all the time.
Yep.
All the time. We would just send each other. We had to stop eventually. I mean, we did that with normal texting too, with the emojis. We would just text each other like the most nonsensical, non sequitur emoji we could find.
I mean, because they're a lot more fun and cute over there.
They're way more fun. Yeah, I never actually used any of the face emoji until like relatively recently, until I started texting with Americans. Because I would be like, I'd say something, and instead of having a smiley face, I would do like a disco dancing dude, or because it's more interesting that way.
I use mostly like the crying face and the one where it's like the sassy girl with her hand kind of out, like whatever. That's my favorite one.
Now I do the upside down smiley face.
Oh, that's a good one.
Upside
that's
down,
a good one.
That's just my eternal mood.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Yeah. But anyway, that's what Line is. So I guess they had, they hadn't texted on their phones using like the built-in texting app. They used Line.
I mean, I guess we have Line, or you can get Line here, but I don't know, it's just not the same.
But people don't use it here.
No.
I have a friend who's visiting from Japan this week, and I was like, well, what's the number that you have to use? And she's like, here's my number, I'm also online. And I'm like, I was deeply ashamed to admit that I've become so Americanized after moving back that I did not install Line on my new phone.
No. What's a Line?
What's Line? Let's bring back Line, Courtney. Let's install Line and just communicate that way.
Hey, we should. We really should.
We really should.
We can just be each other's only friends. It's okay.
We're the only people we need.
Yeah.
Yeah, so then we go into the episode. Uchi's sleeping on the couch.
So first, I thought it was Makoto because he had been the one that's always like slobbing it up on the couch.
Yeah.
And then it was Uchi. And I don't know. I was kind of disappointed.
I think that's sort of maybe becoming the thing that they do when they have early mornings or something. Like, or late nights, they don't want to disturb the other people. I don't know. But I don't know. It feels sort of weird to sleep in, like, the living room.
Yeah,
well, taking it up.
I feel like back when we were in the dorms and stuff, I forget what they called it. I don't know. It wasn't camping, but, like, they were telling people, like, you can't make the main area where the couches are at your space. It's everyone's space. You can't be camping out, sleeping out here. See, and I think that's what bothered me. I was like, you can't just use everyone's space as your only space, because how else is everyone else going to use, like, the couch and stuff? See,
I don't understand that at all, because I think I only went into the common room of our dorm to pass through to get to the showers or to do laundry. Oh. I, like, specifically just sort of figured out how I could spend as little time in the common areas and as most time in my own room with the door locked.
Oh, I would be down there cooking, even though I don't like to cook, but I feel like I'd be there cooking often enough, or making breakfast and pancakes in the morning.
Oh my God, Courtney. I have the strongest memory of having a paper due, and my first class was at 8:10, so I had to make sure I had to leave by 7. So I remember getting up like a little bit before 6 because I had to print my paper, and I'm waiting for it to print. And there are a couple of people out there who, like, pulled an all-nighter to get the paper done. And then you could, like, come out with a plate of pancakes, and you're like, hey!
Because I would wake up at 5 in the morning every day, because I had class at 8. And because I'm crazy, instead of riding the train, I wanted to ride my bike to school.
The first week we had just gotten our train passes. People were still figuring out how the train system worked, and Courtney's like asking our dorm manager, like, how do I buy a bicycle? Like, everyone else is intimidated enough by getting on a train and figuring out which stop to get off, and she's like, I'm going to try to figure out the Tokyo streets, which are that do not follow a grid or any really sense of logic and don't have street names.
Mm-hmm. But I did it and rode an hour and a half. Yeah, it was an hour and a half by bicycle to get there. So I'd have to wake up at 5 so I could get all my stuff together, ready, eat breakfast, and leave like, 6:30 pretty
Courtney,
much.
you are the most practical person I know because literally anybody else would have been like, it's not worth it. But you're like, I'm saving train fare and getting exercise.
It was just, I don't know even what, in thinking back now, I'm like, why did I do that? But I feel like it was worth it because then I actually knew like if something were to happen, I couldn't get on the train, I could literally walk home. I would know how to do it.
I mean, when that big earthquake happened, you were
Came in handy, didn't it?
You were well equipped.
Shows you guys.
Anyway, so he's sleeping on the couch, and Yuriko, like, pokes him real hard to wake him up so that they can have a conversation about the conversation he had with Makoto.
I was really happy that Yuriko actually, she went and talked to Uchi about it.
Yeah, it's good communication.
Yeah, because I thought, it's going to be a little bit awkward to talk about this, but instead of hearing it through the grapevine and this and that, you might as well just... I don't really think it's confronting. It's just, talking about like, hey, this is what was said. Yes, my feelings were hurt, but it wasn't like intentional. It wasn't even something, well, I should have known about. But,
Yeah.
Uchi, I just thought it was a good conversation.
Yeah, well, Uchi says that, like, it wasn't Yuriko's fault that the date
Right.
was awkward, but that he wasn't really sure of the best way to get to know her, which I thought was sort of like a kind of a... I don't know. I don't know if it would be a weird way of saying it, but I don't know. I'm a very big proponent of just talking to people like they're human beings instead of trying to like
figure out their secrets. What's behind what's deep down in there. I don't know.
Because sometimes it feels like people approach dating or are making friends sort of like a Harvest Moon game, and they're like, Yuriko likes aquarium, so I'll take her on aquarium dates every weekend so I can get maximum approval points. I guess that would be more like Persona. Persona 5 is a Terrace House. It's Terrace House, the video game.
Simulator.
Yeah, it's a Terrace House simulator.
But with like... monsters and fighting a little bit, just a little bit though.
Well, we're still pretty early in the series. We don't know yet.
That is true.
Yeah, but like, so sometimes just like we'll just talk, ask questions, like talk to her like you're interested in knowing what she thinks. But I don't know. I'm not a Japanese boy trying to play the dating game, so who knows?
Although I do like, because after that he gets up, they talk, and they go on their little lunch date.
Well, before that, I wanted to make one little note.
Oh, yeah.
Just sort of, it was omitted in the translation, like, of the subtitles. Yuriko calls Makoto Mako-chan, which is, like, it's a very cutesy nickname. It's not just, it's like Mako, it's like the diminutive of his name's Mako, plus Chan, which is, like, a cutesy
extra
way
cute.
that you refer to, like, animals or children or young girls. But then, not just Mako-chan, it's Mako-chan, like, smashed together with, like, a small tsu. And it's, like, this super cutesy nickname. And so that one's it's in the subtitles, but when Uchi goes, I wonder what he was thinking when they're talking about Makoto, he says Mako-chan, too, in, like, this kind of sarcastic tone. It was, like, this little level of nuance that you didn't get.
Oh, no, I didn't. I definitely missed that when I watched it.
Yeah, he goes, like, oh, Mako-chan, like, in this sort of, like, this voice that sort of felt like he was kind of, I'm not sure if he was mocking Makoto or Yuriko or just the scenario, like, but it seemed a little bit mocking of the fact that Yuriko calls Makoto Mako-chan, like, even
after all that happened, yeah.
Yeah, even after all that happened or whatever. I mean, there are a lot of reasons, but I noticed that and I was like...
angry at him, too, so it's maybe a mix up a little bit a little of everything.
But yeah, so then they go out to, I guess, lunch or something in Shibuya.
And I actually really liked both their outfits. I thought they both were looking cute and stylish, and the cute little stylish cafe, of course, Tokyo.
And once again, he's dressed to match her. He's wearing like a white shirt, and she's wearing sort of like a light green, off-white dress. And
I think Yuriko's like little dresses and stuff this episode were on point.
Yes,
just in general.
Yeah, Yuriko isn't really my type, but dang, she's pretty on this date. Like,
yeah,
there are a couple of points with her face. I was just like, oh, hello. Like, just her eyes are gorgeous, and just her face, her whole face. I was like, okay, I get it. Before it was like, oh, she's, mildly cute, and, she's
like,
girly, and that's why the boys...
cute. Yeah.
That's why the boys like her, because she's cutesy, and feminism, gender expectation, gender roles, and I'm like, oh, okay. Dang Yuriko. Okay, I get it. Okay.
So let's see, what did they talk about on the date?
Dating. They talk about dating.
Dating while dating. Oh boy.
Yep. So they're kind of talking about I guess because they're both in fields where it's hard to maintain relationships,
right.
With the weird hours. Uchi's stylists tend to date other stylists because we have irregular hours, and she's going into the medical field, and it's famous for doctors having trouble dating non-doctors.
Yeah.
But then Yuriko's she jumps in and she's just how many girlfriends have you had? And Uchi kind of chokes on his food. And she does this little eyebrow quirk. She knows what she's doing. Yeah, she's she knows that he got him, and she's not embarrassed at all. She's just ha. She's she's flirting, I assume.
And then first he goes too many to count, but actually it's more 4 or 5. 4 or 5? They're both 5.
4 or 5 people, which, I don't know, that feels a lot for being really? Just 23.
Oh. I was going to be oh, I guess if you're counting from all the way to high school or whatever, it's that doesn't seem like that many.
Well, I wonder how they count it. Do they count about any person you've been on a date with, or is it
established
people that
relationships?
You've DTR'd, you've had the conversation, because if it's people you've gone on a date with, a couple of dates with,
then it'd be a lot more.
5's not that many,
right?
But if it's people that you've had the relation, we're in a committed monogamous relationship, then 5 seems a lot for being so young, especially if you're Uchi and you dated the same girl for
for 4 years. The first one, that was a while.
So that was all 3 years of high school and then a year of college.
And he's only 23?
Yeah, 23, 24.
Yeah, okay.
I don't know.
And I guess maybe I'll throw college or something. Could have only been a month or whatever.
Yeah. What? Hold on.
Yeah.
Every time. Don't you dare be able to be let back in. Don't you dare. Okay. Where are we?
So they were their cute date, talking about people they dated. He dated for someone for 4 years. I don't know if there was much else besides talking about dating.
Yeah,
stuff.
I mean, it didn't really feel like a full date. I wonder if that actually was their new date or if they just were getting lunch.
Right.
Well, it seemed premeditated. If that's even the word, premeditated. That's always in the context of murder. But yeah, it's definitely not a super eventful date compared to some of the other ones.
Pretty cash.
Yeah, and then they cut to the evening, and Uchi is cutting out clothing patterns. They never explain what he's making.
Oh, yeah, they didn't. It looked like a shirt or something. But I also forgot that Uchi liked to sew as a hobby.
Too.
I was what's he doing? Oh, yeah, he brought a whole sewing machine with him, but we haven't seen him do anything with it yet, so.
That's his thing. Yeah, and then Makoto comes home, and Uchi's sit down, please. And he just essentially just goes not cool. What you did was messed up, and you shouldn't have done that. You need to consider how your actions affect people and
stop being so thoughtless, man.
And they cut to Makoto, and his mouth is hanging open for this long minute, and I just wanted to just shut it.
I don't know. Makoto's facial expressions throughout this episode, it really just, I don't know, pissed me off a little bit.
Yeah. Because he either, in that first moment, he's just sitting there with his mouth, agape, and I was just close your dang mouth. Or then, he's sitting there, and his eyebrows are twitching. There's, in
or he's,
between,
doing this,
twitching.
glare, almost, kind of, or,
yeah. I was is he confused? Is he angry? I think the hosts say that he's, holding back rage or something. But,
I guess little, I don't know.
He did not seem the least bit embarrassed.
No,
or regretful or
none of those.
And when he spoke, he was getting defensive about it.
Well,
it was
because then one of the things he said was he was trying to play it off oh, everyone gets tense on the first dates, blah blah blah. It's basically passing all the blame back onto Yuriko and Uchi, and not him for spilling out secrets and stuff he shouldn't be saying.
Which I think one of the hosts kind of point that out too, and that Yamasoto makes a joke that he knows because he's a jerk like that too. But he kind of pushes it. He's well, I'm not saying it's Yuriko's fault, just sort of a roundabout way of trying to get you to think that actually maybe it is Yuriko's fault. It's kind of takes the blame off of him.
Right.
He wasn't getting it.
No.
Yeah, Reina thinks that maybe he like lacks empathy.
And that's bad. That's real
That is
bad.
bad. We should all have empathy. And if things bother people, we should take a moment.
Yeah, consider how our actions are affecting others and how would you feel.
Make adjustments.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And then, oh yeah, Uchi says, or no, Makoto's like, oh, this is like the second time I'm getting all chewed out about it because Mizuki already did it. Blah, blah, blah.
My mom and dad.
Yeah, Mizuki said I should apologize to you guys, and Uchi's like, yeah, I want an apology.
I actually really like Uchi. I know I was kind of on the fence last time because I was sort of put off by him taking all the girls on a date, but I think he's like the most, like, he seems a little bit like a playboy, but I think he's also still the most mature, like the most emotionally mature. I think of all the guys, I like him the best. I don't love him,
right,
but I like him the best, and he does seem to like recognize that.
Well, now that Makoto has fallen from my graces, I don't know who is really my favorite out of the boys. It's kind of like
we need a new best boy.
We do need a new best boy. I mean, Uchi's he okay. I feel like I don't know him well enough yet. I need a date with Uchi. I need my Uchi week to get to know him.
We need our Uchi week.
Exactly.
But yeah, next scene.
Oh wait, one more thing, because
yes.
Makoto says, do I actually have to apologize to Yuriko?
Ew.
I was so mad.
Ew.
So mad. Yes, you have to apologize to her too. What the heck?
God, that's like, it's like that classic thing that with that like that rose-colored glasses, like what you saw as boyish, innocent charm at the beginning is now just total immaturity. Like,
oh no. Man.
Sigh.
All right, now we're going on to finally Minori's date.
Yeah, she makes her triumphant return after like 50 years.
I know. Like, where has she been?
I don't know.
Modeling.
Yeah, so we finally have the Minori and Uchi date. We see them at the Takeshiba ferry terminal, which is in Tokyo, in like the bay by Hamamatsucho Station and like Hamarikyu Gardens. And
so you actually did like a ferry boat tour thingy,
so I
right?
took the water taxi. So if you're ever looking for something cool to do in Tokyo and you don't want to do like the usual stuff, but you still want to see the city, if you go to Asakusa, you can board a water taxi which goes down the Sumida River down to Tokyo Bay, and it can either veer off to Odaiba or you can take it right into Hamarikyu Gardens, which is this massive, like really gorgeous like park garden thing in the middle of like downtown Tokyo. And they'll take you right in. They'll drop you off inside. I did that once. That was nice, but I didn't do the ferry.
Okay. So I can remember what one it was that you did. Because I never did any. Well, I didn't do any ferries or boat things like that. I did like some sailing stuff instead.
Yeah, the only reason I did the water taxi is because my dad was in town, and I was like, that's nice and touristy, and you can see the Tokyo Skytree and have a nice thing on the water.
Yeah.
But I don't know, the ferry was very different. I felt like they were on a plane.
It almost did feel like they were sitting there, they're going, eating their snacks.
Because it's like, I live in the San Francisco Bay Area. I've taken like plenty of ferries to go to like Alcatraz or Angel Island, like out in the San Francisco Bay, and they're usually very big, and there is sitting inside, but you can go walk around and stand outside. But this was like entirely indoors and seemed like it had like assigned seating.
Yeah.
And there were people sleeping, but yeah, so they go to Izu Oshima. So there's the Izu Peninsula, which is like under Tokyo, right? Like south of Kanagawa.
Yeah.
Which is like it's in Shizuoka Prefecture. Which didn't you go to Izu Peninsula? Didn't you like have a friend who drove you down? Or am I thinking somebody else?
I think you might be thinking something else because I can't remember if I've been to Izu or not.
I know there are a lot of like hot springs and like coastal stuff in Izu.
Yeah, no, I didn't go to Izu. I did some other stuff on like yeah.
But then there are also the Izu Islands, which are out from the Izu Peninsula, but they're under Tokyo Prefecture, not Shizuoka.
Weird. Okay.
Yeah, so the largest is Oshima, which is literally means like the Great Island. They're taking the ferry to Izu Oshima, so that's where their date is.
Basically, it's just like a really like fishing and
yeah, they fish off a pier.
They got one fish.
One fish.
And I don't know what type it is. And I don't know if they brought it back with them or they like sent it back. Because I was like, is that a type that you can eat or?
Well, it's very flat. It looked like some sort of like it looked like a flounder kind of.
Yeah, kind of, but had a weird nose.
But All I know about fish, I learned from Animal Crossing, so I'm gonna
Oh,
say it was an olive dab.
okay.
Because that is a kind of fish that was roughly the same color and shape that you can catch in Animal Crossing.
I mean, that's a pretty good guess. Better than what I would have guessed.
It's an olive dab. This is me, Animal Crossing. I
Fish
was gonna say
expert.
botanist. What is it? The ornithologist? Is
Oh,
that like somebody who
ornithologist.
studies
I thought that was
studies fish?
birds. I thought ornithology was birds. Now I'm gonna look it up.
What's the thing for fish?
Fishologist.
Study of fish. Oh, ichthyology.
Okay, yep, didn't know that one. But ornithology, I'm gonna look and make sure that's birds. Oh, I don't know how to spell it.
If you go to the Wikipedia page for ichthyology, the first picture is of a coelacanth. Okay, and according to FishBase, 33,000 species of fish have been described. What's FishBase? It's a global species database of fish species.
Wow.
Specifically finfish. Oh my god, I'm falling down a Wikipedia hole.
You gotta get out, man.
I'm on a thing that tells you the difference between true fish and fin fish.
Oh,
What's a true fish? The strict biological definition of a fish above is sometimes called a true fish.
Versus
True fish are also referred to as finfish or finfish, 2 words as opposed to 1 word, to
Okay.
distinguish them from other aquatic life harvested in fisheries or aquaculture. Hello. Hi, I'm going to drop out of my English program and I'm going to start studying fish.
I mean, that'd be pretty cool. Isn't that what Minori is studying fish?
That's why they went on the date. It's
Oh.
all coming together.
It does. I didn't even realize. I didn't even think about that. Why they were going fishing?
Pepe Sylvia, it all comes together.
Oh, I also how she loved cows. It's like
She loves cows.
I want
She
to
said-
protect them and see them grow healthy. These are now my sons.
She says she wants to work on a ranch, which is so different. Like, she's a model, so you're like, she's into fashion. But I honestly think she's just doing it because probably somebody was like, hi, you have symmetrical features. Would you like to take some photos? And she
I'm
was
pretty
like,
sure that that's why. Yeah.
And but deep down her heart, what she actually really likes are
She wants to
is
shovel
fish.
manure.
Fish and animal husbandry, which we made jokes about her studying fish husbandry, but now it's actually kind of starting to sound like that might actually be what she's into.
I mean, you look her up on Wikipedia and she's like the top, but what do you call it? Ichthyologist?
I love that we just decided to do like the one collaborative creative project that relies on speaking when I'm very bad at pronouncing things and enunciating and speaking.
Well, I mean, when are you ever going to say those words in a normal conversation every day on different scientists?
Well,
I think we'll
if
be
you're
okay.
at the ichthyologist convention all the
true.
time.
Ichthyologist. Ichthyologist. I don't even know what I said the first time just a second ago. Ithacology?
Yeah,
think
I
that's
don't
what said.
know. So they eat
Anyways,
a bento. They eat a bento that Minori made.
Oh, yeah, that looked bomb.
It looked real good, and this is a very wholesome date for like 2 people who are really into the fashion industry.
Yeah.
Like if you're like a hairstylist and a model go on a date.
I think it'd be some fancy downtown at night up on the high story building looking out over the city. They got the glasses of wine. Tink.
Maybe some, cocaine for dessert.
Oh, yeah.
But like not, fishing off a pier and
Looking
yelling
at
cow
cows.
at cows. And
I thought they were going to say yahoo at the cows and they didn't. I thought
Wait, what's
there's
Yahoo from?
It's just a thing you can say, like on the TV shows and stuff, where the people are looking out over like a
Oh,
far
they go,
field
"Yahoo."
and stuff. They always go yahoo. Or something like
After
that.
watching the Honey and Clover movie, whenever I go to a beach, I always have to yell "Seishun Saiko" at the ocean.
That's awesome. I still haven't gone to the beach yet, and we have real beaches here.
I mean, I have not been to the beach in years. I live in
okay.
California, so.
Well, I mean, I'm actually in a place now where there's like sandy beaches and not like glacial silt mud flats,
Yeah.
So
I feel like that's coastal culture, is to have unlimited access to the beach and never go to the beach.
Makes sense. I mean, I got the pool, so I kind of makes up for it, I guess. At least I take advantage of that. I'm in the water sometimes.
Okay. But yeah, back to the date.
Oh, yeah.
Uchi says that they kind of talk about the dates that he went on before, and he says that, like, his impression of Mizuki changed after their date, and Minori brings up the, like, oh, you finally see her as a girl thing, which, I don't know. I've never understood that phrase.
Yeah, because, well, that's when Uchi goes like, yeah, she was always a girl.
Always a girl. And then Minori's like, well, what about me? And he's like, you're my little brother. Which I think is just Minori's thing. Like, I think initially everyone was like, oh, well, Minori's so cute. She's going to be really popular. And all the guys are comfortable around her. But it's because she's so, like,
tomboyish or whatever. I mean, I don't really think she's that masculine or that boyish, honestly.
Well, I mean, compared to, like, Mizuki and Yuriko, I think she's very, like, forthright. And I guess if you're comparing it to, like, if you're coming in with the expectation that girls are going to act a certain way, having somebody like Minori who just kind of is like, hey, dude, I'm going to hang out.
Yeah, okay.
Which, yeah. I don't know. I feel like she's she's not interested, when we talked about this before, she's not interested in trying to, like, impress anybody.
Right. She's there for the experience, I suppose.
Yeah, whereas I think, like, Yuriko, I feel like she has a little bit of a persona of, like, kind of the sweet feminine
cutesy
type, where she's a lot tougher than she seems. And then Mizuki has that, she just wears a lot of makeup and dresses really well, and she's just beautiful, perfect.
Okay. Yeah.
But yeah,
I get it. Although she was happy about being the little brother, so she's like,
yeah, that one she was fine with, which I guess, that's the difference if you have a crush on Makoto versus hanging out with Uchi.
I guess so.
Yeah. But then we go back, we cut back to Uchi's back from the date. I guess Yuki was in Sendai and now he's back. And they're all in the boys' room together.
Wait, you forgot one thing. They had, like, a quick cut. I think, like, when they're in the middle of the date, it's Mizuki being a total babe.
Oh, yeah, I had taken note, but I scrolled past it. Yeah, she goes swimming by herself. She has a completely different swimsuit. It looks real good.
It looks just real good.
She's like, yay, I'm swimming. Where is everybody? Like, right after they had like, the blackboard that's like, Yuki's in Sendai, Minori and Uchi are in Izu, and Mizuki's like in the pool like, hi.
It's just me hanging out in the pool.
I love her so much.
I mean, that's the best way to be in the pool. You just get in an inner tube and you just float. You can just float there for hours.
Yep.
And it wasn't super sunny when she was doing it, so she probably will be okay.
Her hair was perfect.
I know. Like, what?
Her swimsuit was super flattering.
My thing is, like, why do you need your hair to be so perfect when you're in the pool? It's just gonna get wet. It was so beautiful, though.
Yeah, she also had a face full of makeup.
Yeah.
Take her swimming on the first date. And she won't put her face under the water and just look really good in a swimsuit.
Yeah, I'm here for it. Can she date me?
I will fight you for her hand.
Courtney. Oh, God. I might lose.
I will duel you at sundown.
At sundown. I'll be there.
We have to decide which time zone, though.
Oh, that's true. That's true.
I mean, it's technically kind of sundown right now for me. The sun's starting to set.
Yeah, no, the sun's already gone here. So.
Okay, so, yeah. Now?
Sundown your time. Yeah, let's do it. Yeah, let's go out. Parking lot, out back.
Anyway, yeah, so now we go back to the boys, and they're kind of catching up, and Uchi mentions that he and Makoto are, not getting along and had some conversations.
And I do like how Yuki, like, the first things he's like, oh, you like a fist fight? Like, I'm like, he wants to see blood. He wants some damage. God.
He's just not happy unless someone's suffering.
I guess so.
But then they have this, like, back and forth where Uchi's like, well, I'm not going to share my thoughts with you guys if you're just gonna blab, and Makoto's like, well, nobody's making you share, and she's like, then I won't. And
oh my god, no, Makoto is so annoying. No, don't share your stuff. It's like,
oh my god,
he doesn't want to share with you because you're telling all of his secrets to the people who don't need to know, man. Stop being so pissy. God.
Ugh.
And he's so frustrating now.
So frustrating. And then we finally get to the Tokyo Skytree Aquarium date that we've been talking about for like 18 weeks.
Oh yeah, they have been talking for like a long time, huh?
Yeah. So they go to the aquarium.
Yuki's waiting for her.
Yeah. He's
for
wearing like,
Yuriko.
the same hat, and he's tapping his feet like he did the last
Like he
time they hung
always
out.
does. I mean, I'm starting to like Yuki more and more because, again, at least we know where he stands and who he is.
Yeah.
And his little tap dancing while he's waiting, I guess, is kind of cute. Whatever.
I think he's just very much a perfectionist, and he's very critical, and I think that can be good or bad. And I think
True.
good, in terms of good, it's helped him with his career, and bad,
Right.
it kind of makes him cross a line.
Yeah.
And get into other people's business, but I think that's a lot easier to deal with and easier to forgive and understand than like
Not having empathy.
being a moody, whiny baby boy.
Yeah.
But yeah, so they go to the aquarium. I mean, it looks pretty nice, but those things always look pretty nice on television.
Have you been to the Sky Tree Aquarium?
I've been to the Sky Tree, but not the aquarium.
Okay, 'cause
and
I actually
walked around
went-
the mall.
I went to the aquarium. I mean, it's not super big, and like everything, it shows it a little bit in the show, but everything has like this purple or blue lighting. It's very purpley blue. It's like this weird kind of like mystical, jellyfishy dreamland feeling to it, kind of.
And that's what I sort of associate with the Sky Tree Aquarium, like jellyfish, because it's pretty small, so you can't really have a lot of like the bigger fish. You can definitely do jellyfish, and you can do some like schools of smaller fish, and you have to have the penguins.
Yeah,
You
I was
can't
surprised
not
there was
have the
penguins in there. Like I said, it's not a big place.
Well, what's the aquarium at Sunshine City? Don't they have like a seal?
Oh yeah, they have a couple seals. So there's this neat little
Yeah.
tube thing you can go under, and they're like woo above you, swimming around.
which is like at Sunshine City, or is that the Yosemite one that has the seals?
That's Sunshine.
Yeah, so when you get to Sunshine City, it's like just a giant shopping mall, and it has it like, and then you're like, go to the aquarium, it's on the 10th floor, and you're like, wait, what? And then there's like, and we have seals, and you're like, wait, but there's Forever 21 downstairs.
Yeah, but I think the reason for the size of it is because it's something to do while you're waiting to get into the Sky Tree. So if it was really
Which-
big, then
I
that
wonder
would work.
what the wait is like now, but we were both in Tokyo when the Sky Tree opened, and you would go and you'd go get your wait time to go buy your tickets, and like there would at least be like a couple hours
Yeah,
to get
for
in.
sure.
I
I'm
know
sure
people
it's
who
not as
waited
bad
all
now.
day. Probably not as bad, but I'm sure they still. It's probably like the Ghibli Museum or something where they still restrict it, just so it doesn't get overloaded. Because that thing is so tall, if you get too many people up at the top, it's gonna bend right over. That's
Well-
how physics works.
Also, it's really freaky up at like when you're at the top part, and it's that one spiral, and it does that bouncy thing
And it
when
moves,
everyone's
and it moves.
walking.
I don't like it. I didn't like it. I'm terrified of heights, and I'd been okay up until that point. But when I got up there and I could feel it swaying and
Moving,
bouncing, I literally flung myself against the wall and like crab walked till I could get. I was with my mom and my friend, and I told them, I'm like, I will meet you guys downstairs. I'm taking the elevator down. And I just
I'm
kind of
outta
like
here.
inched my way back up. I would not walk without like being completely against the inside wall. It was like I was like trying to walk along a really thin edge on a cliff or something. I hate heights.
I mean, I think the part where I got scared for the height is the initial elevator going up, because you can't see anything, and then whoom, you see the sky and everything. You're like, oh my god, we're really, really high up.
We're real high up.
We're real high up there.
Yeah, then you go to like Tokyo Tower, and you're like, oh, this is nothing.
Yes, that's fine. Whatever.
Yeah.
Oh, so I don't know why it bothered me a little bit, but Yuki brought like this giant umbrella. And my thing
Well,
is,
it
if
was
they're
raining.
oh, I guess it was raining, but
And Courtney, if you bring a big umbrella, then you both can look underneath it.
I guess I'm just not as scheming, but it's just like you're gonna have to carry that the whole time in the aquarium. I just seemed really cumbersome to me, instead of like a collapsible one that Yuriko could have put in her purse or something. You know, that's what I would have done.
Well, and they're in there, and Yuriko says that Yuki looks like a penguin.
I agree.
Which he does. He's literally a penguin. He's Happy Feet, Courtney. He's Happy Feet.
Oh my god, he is happy.
He's a
feet.
penguin who dances.
It's beautiful. I think Yuki's now my new favorite. Why? Because he looks like a penguin.
And then after that, they go across the river to Asakusa.
Oh no, the little eels. There's the little eel.
Oh yeah, there's the
guys.
eels. But they're
Actually,
eels.
well, I mean, I was kind of impressed with Yuriko's like, well, this one's a spatted and this one's the whatever eel. And I don't know if she was reading off the plaque or actually
She's
knew.
probably reading off the thing.
Dang it. Okay. I was like, oh my god, she knows. But okay, never mind. I'm not as impressed anymore. I was like, she's an ecologist now.
And then they go across the river to Asakusa, and they go to an okonomiyaki restaurant, and they eat okonomiyaki. And they talk
And
about their date.
monjayaki.
And monjayaki.
I love that stuff.
Did they eat monjayaki?
They did. That was the
They
second
did?
thing they were eating.
Okay.
You've had monja before, right?
No.
Really? Okay. So it looks gross when you're making it and pouring it, but it's so good with your little spatula. It's always like crispy and hot and bubbly. I don't know. It's one of my favorites. I kind of like it more than okonomiyaki a little bit.
Well, I'd always heard that people liked it, like that okonomiyaki was better and that monjayaki could be kind of gross if you weren't sure what to expect. So I always kind of avoided it. I kind of like internalized that and was like, we'll never order monjayaki. And I guess I missed out.
You really did. Next time. Anyways, I went off on a tangent.
It's not our podcast unless we go on at least one food tangent.
There's got to be something. One or two at least.
Mm-hmm. So Yuki says that when he like heard that both he and Uchi were going to take her to the aquarium, he considered taking her instead, because she likes jazz, to the Tokyo location, like the Tokyo Blue Note. Mm-hmm. Which is, I guess, like the sister or cousin.
Your poor kitty cat in the background.
She is not coming inside. She's lost her room privileges.
Ooh.
Yeah, so he says that he was gonna take her to Blue Note, which is like the sister of the very fancy jazz club in New York.
Flexing them connections. Oh.
But it's not even a good connection. Because she, like, flips out. She's like, isn't it expensive? And he goes like, oh, well, I know a bartender who works him, and he gave me the schedule. And I'm like, wait, I went onto the website because they're like, well, how expensive is it? Mm-hmm. The schedule's online. How does that help you?
Well, then.
Oops. Well, I was looking at it, and it does range based on who's performing. I mean, the one that's performing tonight is like 8,500 yen for a ticket.
Oh.
Which, like, that's not including drinks. It's like, that's pricey.
That's
but some of, like, the smaller groups was only, like, 1,000 yen.
Oh, that's not bad at all.
I've been to plenty of music venues where you had to pay, like, 1,000, 2,000 yen as, like, an upfront fee. Yeah.
Right.
Like, that's not very much at all. What are you guys talking about? But I'm still laughing. I still find it really funny that he was like, yeah, I know a guy who knows who's playing what nights. It's like... All this information is available.
You got a smartphone, you whip it out right there.
He had this mysterious device that he pulled out. I think it's only available for employees. I've never seen anything like it. It was called a home. I think it's called a small home, and you could access all this information. He had everything there. I've just been showing up every night going, excuse me, sir, who's playing? And they've just told me if I like it.
This is it.
Beep boop, beep boop. Technology. And scene.
I didn't realize you could just look it up online. I was actually like, oh, okay, that's kind of cool. He's got like connections, but now I guess I am less impressed. I am definitely not as impressed anymore. I'm getting all impressed by these guys, and you're ruining it.
You're so gullible.
I guess so. Man.
This is why I'm here, Courtney. I'm here to protect you from all of the poseurs of the world.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
My next note I have is, I miss rainy days, which I miss them so much, Courtney.
I do not. Please take my rainy days away.
I miss rain.
Please.
Every single day.
I will send you all the rain, however much you want. You can have all of it.
Every day I look out the window. Every day. And I try to see what the sky looks like. And every day it is the most vivid shade of blue. Not a single cloud in the sky. The most beautiful thing you've ever seen. It would make Van Gogh weep to look upon it. Upon it. And I look out at this marvelous, unadulterated beauty year round. It is a blessing to those who live in Northern California and get to witness its majesty every single day. And I am overcome with disgust, disdain, and hatred. I hate it so much. I love rainy days. I hate the garbage weather in my perfect, beautiful town.
We should just trade.
We should trade.
We should trade.
We're both living in the wrong city.
I guess so. Man, like, what the heck? I thought it was supposed to be sunny here, and it's not.
Let's parent trap it, Courtney.
That sounds good to me.
Okay. We're getting very off topic today.
It's whatever.
It's okay. I worked all day today. I had started work. I clocked in at 6:50 a.m. and it's been 12 hours, so I'm getting a little punch drunk. Anyway, we are here. We finally see Mizuki at work at the coffee shop.
And of course, it's a cute little cafe, Motesando. It's all stylish. She's all looking cute in her beanie.
Well, She works at La Teste, which is a coffee shop that I think they have a location in Motesando. They also have one in Azerbaijan now.
Oh, okay.
But it's a coffee shop that specializes and like focuses on training female baristas.
Oh, I didn't know
And
that.
I think my friend and former roommate worked with them, was involved with them somehow. Like either she helped them get started or she just worked with them for a while, because she worked at this really stylish like indie cafe, and she was like the opening crew, and she helped help it, and she did all this extra stuff in like the office. And then she got really involved with the coffee scene in Tokyo, especially like around Shibuya and Harajuku. And I know she would like go and help pop-up cafes and do events. But that means that she might have known Mizuki.
Maybe.
Or known somebody who knew Mizuki.
At least we have like cooler connections than Yuki. God.
But also I'm just like, is this like a 1 degree separation from Mizuki and me?
I mean, it might. It might be a way to get to meet her one day. That'd be cool. Please invite me.
I would not be able to handle that.
It's like, what would I say? Hi, I've watched you on TV all the time.
I'm
What's
in
up?
love with you. Hello. I mean, I already was able to creep on acclaimed drama actor Mukai Osamu through her work, because he was doing a photo shoot at her job, and she knew about it, and so she invited me to just hang out. So we sat there and drank coffee and chatted and stared out the corner of our eyes as this really beautiful small face actor was doing a photo shoot like 6 feet away from us.
Amazing.
I have a photo of me just kind of like looking nonchalantly off into the side, and he's in the background posing, and I'm like, yeah.
Yes.
This is my only
I wish I
celebrity
had been
sighting.
there for that one.
I think too many people would have been obvious. Since it was just the two of us, we kind of got away with it.
True.
But that was a good day.
I like to live through you for that day.
But yeah, so Yuriko stops by, and Mizuki makes her a really nice latte.
And then they talk about they talked about how they should get all the girls together and go see Makoto
at his
on
practice
the
field.
Yeah.
But I'm like, how have they forgiven him so easily? Where they're like, yeah, let's go see Makoto's practice. And it's like,
let's go see him. Oh my god.
yeah, and like Yuriko says that, like, she's like, yeah, I liked Makoto at the beginning, and I know my feelings should have changed, but they haven't. I still like him. And I'm like, what?
No, I was like, what?
And then they
What are
start
you talking
talking
about?
And she's like, well, I want to go after him, but I can't since Minori also likes him. And I'm just like, how?
Yeah, like,
why?
Well, I think the host kind of mentioned it like,
well, they're all
she
baffled
hasn't
too.
Right, but she hadn't seen
Yeah.
the other side that like Uchi and all the boys saw, and Mizuki kind of saw with him. Yeah, it's everyone else's fault but my own. She just got the text message that was like, I don't want to see you sad.
Yeah. And she's not aware that, he had an argument with Uchi, and that they've been sort of like snippy at each other, or that he was so awful, and but I'm still just like, am I extra judgy? Because like that would have been a deal breaker for sure.
Yeah. I'm just like, girl, he doesn't even want to even like apologize to you. Why do you like him? I thought you would like at least Yuki more, since he's gonna take you to the blue note that you want to go to so bad.
Or Uchi, who's like, pretty forthright and doing his best.
Yeah.
Ugh.
Oh yeah. I also liked that the host, they mentioned something about like how when Uchi and Makoto were kind of doing their little snip fest at each other, he didn't really say much of anything. And they were like, oh, if he's not talking about dreams, he just has nothing to say.
Yeah, Yuki really doesn't have anything to chime in on this.
And I thought he would
argument.
say something.
Yeah,
about that.
Yeah, it's been the two of them, but I also don't really remember, or didn't really register what his opinion on it was, or if there was an opinion.
He didn't. He just pretty much was like, was there blood? Were there fists? Were you throwing, fisticuffs?
They wouldn't know, and
like,
just his brain
like, I don't
turned
care.
off, and it's just
rolled over, went to sleep.
Yeah. He's just staring off into the distance, and you zoom in a little bit, and it's just like da 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 da,
just tapping away.
And when she was walking, or whatever the line is, da 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 da. I don't know the words to the girl from Ipanema, but I do know the tune. But yeah, so then they go back to the house. Yuriko's watching the previous season of Terrace House.
Terrace House on Terrace House.
Terrace House, just Terraceception. And Makoto's like, let's go into the hangout room to talk. It's 12:30 in the morning. Nothing bad has ever happened past midnight.
Never, ever.
This is a great time to have a heart-to-heart.
And well, Makoto goes on about how, like, at first he liked Minori the best,
but liar. He definitely was into Yuriko at first.
Yeah, but he's like, oh, he liked her the best, but after Uchi week, he didn't like her as much. She's fallen off from the top of his list.
Yeah, he said he was kind of put off by her agreeing to the date with Uchi, and like made him kind of lose interest to watch her planning this date with another guy.
Yeah, she's making lunch for another man that's not me.
Which I don't know. Whatever. Like, I mean, on the one hand, I understand. Like, I understand the impulse of like, I don't want to be with somebody who doesn't want to be with me, or whose attentions are, especially if you have like a big massive crush. I don't know if any of them have had time to develop a big massive crush, but like if you have a big massive crush on somebody, it can be really disheartening to see that they're like
going towards somebody else,
not that they don't also have a big massive crush where you're the only person they're thinking about all the time. And so I can see that like hurting his feeling and him being like, well, I'm not gonna like her anymore.
I just think he's being a jealous whiny baby.
Yeah, but on the other hand, it's like, dude, who cares? Like, you're all on this reality show because you secretly want to get a date.
Right.
Like, of course you're going to play the field. This is not you, like, with the cute girl in your, like, English class.
Right. That you're going to see all the time or whatever.
Literally on a show that gained popularity because you could watch real people develop real feelings over time.
Yeah. And also that time is limited, so you gotta have kind of a game plan to go with it, I guess. Like Uchi. He's got a game plan, man. He's
got a game plan. He's here to meet hot local singles in his area.
With Makoto, maybe he's just not good at planning and stuff because, he was doing baseball, stopped doing baseball, decided, I should go back into baseball.
Which I guess is a testament because it's like, up until this point, he's like, yeah, I've been really interested in Minori. But then he had this whole thing with Minori who's like, I'm not quite sure you see me as a girl. And like, all of them sort of being like, well, I think he actually likes Yuriko. And it's like, if you did like Minori, why didn't you just make an effort to show her that you like her, as opposed to like
do something,
keeping it this sort of vague, not gonna tell you,
just kind of friends, I guess, since only friends.
I don't know.
I mean, Makoto he's just not my favorite anymore.
It's not.
And I guess Uchi isn't as much of a playboy as we thought he was either.
Even if he is, he's not like a playboy because he's crappy and disrespects women. He's a playboy because he like understands people's boundaries and limits and like works around with that or something. I don't know.
Respect. A respectful playboy. I dig it. I also thought the ending of the episode was kind of weird because like it just kind of ended.
This sort of left on a cliffhanger, sort of. Yeah. Because he's like, I liked Midori, but not anymore. And because you had this conversation between Yuriko and Mizuki, and she was saying, I'm not going to go after Makoto knowing that Minori likes Makoto if she has a chance. Right. But here's the thing saying that actually he doesn't like Minori anymore. Now's her chance to go for it. And so she's sort of left on like a thoughtful note.
Like, but I was like, was she going to say her feelings or what? Because I forgot what she was saying. Starting to say, something about Minori or...
Yeah, she was like, so you don't like Minori anymore, huh? The sort of like thing. And so I was like, and then nothing.
Yeah.
Just see you next week.
Bye. And even, the hosts don't end the show, do they?
They don't.
They don't. That's right.
Yeah, I think they usually break like maybe twice. They open it to do the recap, and then they'll like break twice at like major points to kind of talk about what had happened in the past,
for some reason,
10 minutes.
It felt like they weren't in this episode as much.
I always
and Mizuki, she felt like she wasn't in this episode that much either.
Yeah.
Just her little pool cameo and
and at the coffee shop.
The cafe, yeah.
Yeah, I think that's what I kind of like about the hosts, because I think even though they're very strong personalities, they don't usually talk for more than just a couple of minutes.
Even is it even a minute? It seems like it's really quick. They're
it's probably like a minute, like 1 or 2 minutes for each segment that you get them to talk, and then split between like the 6 hosts. It's very little time for you to actually speak,
right?
Which is very different from usual Japanese reality show, which the whole point
is to hear them speak.
Yeah, like
make jokes.
Even if they show like a pre-recorded segment, they have the little bubbles in the corner where you can see people's reactions.
See them crying about the sad videos or whatever,
or laughing or nodding.
I did laugh a lot though in the host segment.
I think
just all the comments they were making, I just felt they were so spot on.
I do like the host
humor
segments.
on point.
I think they have a good balance of jokes to kind of alleviate the tension and keep it like funny, and then but they also have some really insightful
the good insights that you're like, oh, okay, maybe I wouldn't have noticed that, or
I hope
that's a different perspective.
I hope to emulate them.
Maybe one day when
maybe
I grow
one
up.
day with our maybe episode 100 of Terrace Neighbors, when we're on episode 11 of Boys and Girls in the City.
We'll finally make it. Yes.
We'll finally make it.
Also, I do like that Ayumu, he also is changing his opinion of Makoto because he was his favorite, so...
Maybe that's why he was gone for 2 weeks. He had to go think about some things.
Yeah.
Reassess.
No, but Yuriko's like the only one who hasn't... her opinion hasn't changed because she hasn't seen the true colors.
Yep.
I don't know what's going to happen next episode. I wonder if anyone's going to, bring up how Makoto was acting, or the whole thing with Uchi, or if she's going to notice that. Or...
Yeah, because the girls are kind of out of the loop.
Yeah.
They don't know that Makoto has been like a little jerk.
Mm-hmm. We'll see.
So,
I didn't
we'll see
look what the next week's episode.
Next time we're going to be talking about episode 8, which is called Late Night Poolside.
Ooh, okay. I'm excited.
Sounds like some conversations are going to be happening.
I'm just ready to see the Mizuki's next swimsuit. She brought 20, right?
Yeah, she has an entire closet full of swimsuits.
I'm here for it.
But yeah, so next time we'll be talking about episode 8. So that's going to be up on August 19th. Yes.
It seems so far away, but
seems so far away, but the episode that we're recording now...
It'll be here before we know it.
Yeah, the episode we're recording now is going to be up on the 5th.
Oh my god.
I know, it's only 2 weeks. And I start school soon, so this time's going to just fly by.
Oh no.
But yeah, as usual, time to do all this stuff. There's so much. Can I see how fast I can read all these out loud?
Yes.
Okay, you're not going to pick up any of this information, but I'm just going to say it anyway because I want to say it as fast as I can.
Okay.
So please rate and review us on iTunes. Follow us on Twitter at Terrace Neighbor. Like us on Facebook. I guess that's the thing you can do. Or email us at terraceneighborpodcast@gmail.com, or go to terraceneighbors.com for all the information plus some blurbs. Please send us emails. I would like an email.
Even if it's just a picture of a cute cat or some.
Especially a picture of a cute cat, because I think it would be fun, because this is our episode 6. Maybe for episode 10 to have some emails to respond to.
Ooh, yeah.
So either reading your email out loud, or if you have any questions, because there is a lot of cultural stuff in here and references to things in Tokyo that I feel like sometimes I don't pick up on because I'm used to it.
Well, I guess we won't know if we pick up on it or not, because if we're used to it.
Yeah, so I'm curious if there's something that our listeners noticed or were wondering about, and they would like us to address it or talk about it. Know. Please email us or tweet us. We can do Twitter.
The Tweeter.
Especially now that we have however many characters that we have now. 280? That's plenty.
You get 50 questions in there.
Yeah, because I know, because we're talking about Boys and Girls in the City, and I know that, we are many seasons behind where the show is now. I know a lot of people who are listening to this watched, Boys and Girls in the City a long time ago. If there's something that you remember, be just kind of striking you, let us know. It would be fun to do either a special episode or an extra long episode and spend some time going over.
You still gotta do the Kojiki episode. I want that. Really
you want
bad.
that?
Yeah.
I will do it for you, Courtney. I know we have people who are like, yeah, I'll do it, but I'm just going to do it for you.
I just want to hear you talk about the Kojiki and tell me things, because I only can give the small recap of what you told me, but it's Izanami and Izanagi, right?
Yeah.
And the birth of Ebisu, how he was born, I tell that one.
Yeah, that's a good one.
I remember. So.
Yeah, maybe I'll just do that. I'll just tell you some stories, and it'll be a 15-minute bonus thing that I'll upload whenever.
Yes, that's what I want. That's what I want.
Okay, we'll do that too.
Yes.
Jeez, okay. Got so much stuff coming. There's nothing to do with Terrace House.
Yeah. So much for being a podcast that doesn't go on tangents, but at least they're fun tangents, right?
Yeah, I guess. If you have a sort of slight interest in Japanese culture or history or literature or whatever, mythology.
Or food.
Food, travel.
Boom. Got them all.
Interests. Those are some interests that you might have. Let us know what your interests are. We'll try to incorporate in more of our tangents, unless it's sports.
Oh, yeah, no.
Or
Volleyball,
Bitcoin.
Maybe. Oh, I don't even want to get near that.
Okay.
Well, they got mat coins now, though, just
What?
Mac coins? Yeah. So it's the 50th anniversary for the Big Mac. So they have Mac coins,
Mac.
which are worth one Big Mac. And there's 5 different designs. My mom sent me a video about it, too. Because she knows I love McDonald's.
When we had our coming of age ceremony, they gave out free Big Macs to anybody who was celebrating their coming of age ceremony that day?
Heck yeah. We went to like 3 different McDonald's, didn't we? And got a Big Mac from each.
Oh yeah, we got food. That was a good day.
Pretty sure a friend after we got a Big Mac at the place where we all were together. On their way home, they texted me. It's like, I went to another McDonald's and I got another Big Mac.
He did, didn't he?
He did.
It's like Pokemon Go. It was before Pokemon Go. It was a Big Mac's on your coming of age ceremony day. Okay.
I wonder if they still do that.
I hope so. For all the
Me
youths
too.
out there, I hope so for their sakes.
Think of the children. I guess they're not children anymore, but still.
Think of the former children, now terrified adults, who have just listened to an old man lecture them about responsibility and giving back to the community and what it means to be a member of society.
Now here's a Big Mac, man.
Anything else to add that actually has to do with Terrace House?
Not at all.
Okay.
Just 'cause, like how the ending was just like, blip. I got nothing else. Well, I guess I should stop recording now.
Oh no, but we still have to sign off.
Okay. Oh yeah, that's right.
Courtney,
we didn't say bye.
Courtney,
Oh my god.
Why are you so
oh my
anxious
god.
to get away from me?
No.
Anyway, we've just lost it. I have a cold plate of pasta to finish eating, so let's wrap it up.
I'm gonna have me some tea.
So thank you for listening to Terrace Neighbors. We will see you again in 2 weeks with some more commentary on Terrace House.
See you soon.
Thank you for listening.
Bye.
Bye.